Welcome back, Team Virtue. I'm here with Chad Luche, actually in Vegas. He is the winner of the new Storm Phase 4. Thoughts about this bowling ball, Chad?
So the Phase 4, I'm actually very excited to get my hands on this ball. I have Phase 2, I have a Phase 3. I definitely think this is going to be one of those compliment balls that's going to be one of those kind of benchmark balls that's going to be basically with me whether I bowl league, whether I bowl tournament. So outside that, it's a 1500 cover stock with the RX2 cover. The numbers in the 15 pound are 048 with a 051 diff. So this is going to be probably one of those balls that's going to be just really controlled, and basically I'll get to throw it straight inside, and hopefully it's going to look really good.
The utility tool.
The utility tool, yes sir.
All right, so talk to us a little bit about these numbers here. We have 80 by 5.
And 3/8.
3/8 by
70.
What is that, 70 there?
Yep.
So what is that potentially going to give you there?
So for me, what I'm looking for is I'm actually looking for something that's going to go down lane, make its shape down lane, but be really controlled. I bowl a lot of tournaments versus house shots, but I always want a smooth, controlled motion. So with this, with my rev rate, my axis, which is 4 3/4 and 1/4 up, I'm looking that this is going to get me down lane, make that shape, and continue through the pins, and get me great scores.
$80 by 5 and 3/8 by 7. Chad likes to see off color like this, one white, one pink, so he can see this transition down lane for him. Good to go, sir.
Thank you very much, Vince.
How does it feel?
Like butter.
Like a glove. I'm ready to get on the lane. Let's go throw some strikes.
All right, let's do it.
Not bad for the first shot. Definitely is the smooth motion that I was looking for. One thing I will definitely say, it definitely got a little bit further down lane than I anticipated. So you know what, we're gonna make a little adjustment. We're gonna see if we get to the hole.
Shot, I said hit it. Hit it. So let's hit it.
Hit it, Chad.
Get on.
So we have two phase 4s here. They're both Chad's. This is the new phase 4 that we just drilled, and this is his old phase 4. So new, old, we're about to compare them. Here the pin is under the ring, and then here the pin is slightly left of the ring. So initially...
Middle finger,
my bad. So what are these two balls? How are they going to be different from each other?
So my original, or my second phase 2, I actually have a little bit of surface put on it from the tournament. Again, wanted the ball to slow down just a hair, but it is actually a 7-inch pin to pap for me, where my other one is a 5 3/8 pin to pap. So all that means for me is that the ball is going to get a little bit further down lane and be also a little bit more slower to respond down lane with the longer pin to pap.
So this one is the slower?
Yes, sir.
And this one's going to be a little bit sharper off the spot.
Correct.
7-inch pin to pap.
5 3/8.
5 3/8. All right, let's throw both of them and see what they do from each other.
Okay. We're gonna start off with the new one, the 5 3/8 pin to pap. So with the new one, with our new phase 4 that we just drilled, this is still box finish. So it's got a fresh Pearl 1500 cover on it. So it's definitely going to be probably a little bit more responsive than you're going to notice with my other version of the phase 4. We'll throw one more shot here and then we're going to switch into.
So when that ball turns left, it turns left.
Yeah, again, it's kind of being slow, trying to get around it a little bit to make it make shape. Yeah, it's a little touchy right now. This would probably be something that I would touch, maybe a little bit of surface, because it's just so clean and so responsive at the end of the pattern that I would probably kiss it a little bit with just a little surface to get it just to taper off just a little bit, but it won't sacrifice that shape considering that what it's doing on the lane right now.
So with surface, then it's going to pick up a little bit, it's going to read a little bit earlier?
Correct, depending on the surface that I use. So I would probably actually crack this, since it's 1500 polished out of the box, I would probably crack it with a 1500 pad, just very lightly. Again, don't want to sacrifice the shape, don't want to sacrifice the motion. I just need it to slow down a little bit on the back end.
Okay. Older phase 4, so this one should be a little bit smoother off the spot then, correct?
Correct. You're going to notice that I'm going to probably get a little bit further right with this one, just because of how much more lazy it's going to be down lane. But you're going to still notice that it's going to come off the spot and still drive through the pin still pretty darn well.
Okay, so just from those past two shots alone, you can tell that the old phase 4 is really slow off the spot, and the new one with a different layout, a little bit more under the middle finger, that's super sharp off the spot. So both of these balls are going to complement each other pretty well, and if you need one more down lane, you're going to have the newer phase 4, and then a little bit less kind of tame in the back end, you'd probably go with the older phase 4. So that's pretty cool to see on the comparison.
Yeah, honestly, this is going to be one of those benchmark balls. The phases have been around for quite some time from Storm. You know, definitely going to be one of those benchmark balls for most, probably almost any style of bowler. Whether you're a tournament bowler, whether you're a house bowler, it's definitely going to be one of those balls that you could use in your arsenal across the board.
Is this your favorite phase?
This is definitely. I don't have to fight to get the ball down lane, so I will say this is my favorite phase right now, and it's root beer. So
I think we got a stamp of approval then from our boy Chad. Wow! It can loft the gutter cap. It's a great sign.
whoa.
All right, Chad, after you threw the new phase 4 for a few games, I wanted to ask you a couple questions. So first off, what kind of tournament conditions do you see this ball working well on?
So for me, I would actually see anything basically 41 feet and under. It's going to be kind of that transition ball. It's definitely not going to be the first out ball, but it's going to definitely be like that transition ball where if I need to kind of get inside and kind of make that shape, I definitely think it's going to, fit that mold very well. And especially on like shorter patterns where urethane's been in play, I definitely think it's going to come into play there to kind of make that corner, but yet allow me to keep straighter angles.
Out of your arsenal right now, which bowling ball can you compare this to that's kind of similar, kind of different?
Probably the closest that I would say that would be most comparable would actually be closer to a Zen. Again, the Zen's going to be a little bit stronger than this Phase 4 as far as cover and shape, recovery, and different things like that. But as far as like being clean through the front part in and still having back in motion, the Zen would be the most similar to it. But again, it's going to be probably at least 4 to 5 boards weaker than a Zen would be.
And final thoughts, impressions, do you like it, you hate it?
I honestly love it. Again, I feel this is going to be a benchmark ball. It's going to be one of those balls that's going to be in my bag regardless of what tournament I bowl. Given the surfaces, conditions, and everything that we do, whether it be a local tournament, whether it be on the regional or national side, I definitely think it's going to be a ball that it's going to go with me everywhere.
Sweet. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.